Hello, boys and girls. Merry Christmas to you. Now, I have a story for you that talks a little bit about Jesus, but it also talks about giving gifts. And so I'll read it for you now. It's called Red Boots for Christmas. Soft snow fell on the village of Friedensdorf, but the village lights glowed warm, and so did the hearts of the villagers as they made ready for Christmas. Pastor put up the nativity scene in front of the church. In other parts of the village, Brigitta, the paper seller, waved a special Christmas edition of the newspaper. Carla, the candle maker, hung decorations outside her shop, and Frederick, the mailman, delivered Christmas cards. Spoiled young Adelaide whined and pulled at her father. He was mayor of Friedensdorf, a rich, important man, and he'd promised to buy her the finest Christmas present in the village. Only Hans, the shoemaker, was grumpy and gloomy. Christmas is just another excuse to be greedy, he told Aldo, his pet crow, and I won't be a part of it. Then Gretchen, the wood gatherer, came to Hans's shop and showed him a shabby old pair of shoes. "Will you fix these?" she asked. "They're my Christmas present to my granddaughter Elsa. Her little feet get so cold. I can pay you with this fine bundle of twigs." "It would take a miracle to fix those shoes," said Hans, "and twigs won't buy my supper. Everyone is so worried about Christmas gifts." "Hans," said Gretchen, "Christmas gifts are a symbol of God's great gift to us, His Son, Jesus Christ, born in Bethlehem to be Savior of the world." But Hans didn't understand. That night, as Hans was drifting off to sleep, a burst of light filled his room, and an angel spoke to him. "I bring you good news," said the angel. "This Christmas you will receive a special gift, a gift from God." Hans couldn't believe his ears. A gift from God to him? But the next morning, Hans knew what he must do. If God had a gift for him, why, he must have one for God too, the finest gift in the village. From shop to shop he went. At last he thought he'd found the gift, a music box filled with twirling Christmas trees. But young Adelaide wanted it too, and her father had more money than Hans, so off Hans trudged to look some more. Out in the street, Hans met Gretchen and Elsa. "Gretchen," he asked, "what would you give God for Christmas?" "Well," said Gretchen, "I would give him what I give him every day. My sins for his pardon, my weakness for his strength, and my sorrow for his joy." Hans didn't understand that at all, but then he looked at little Elsa. She was stuffing her worn-out shoes with paper to help keep out the cold, and that gave Hans an idea. Hans hurried home. He locked himself in his shop, and he began to gather some things together. As he worked, he sang. He did not sing well, though. "It's been too long since I've sung a Christmas song," he told Aldo. "But look, I've saved this red leather for a long time. It's the finest in the land. Here are silver nails, handmade by my father, and these silver bells are from my first Christmas tree. I'm making a gift, Aldo, a Christmas gift." Hans worked all night and into the next morning. "They're done, Aldo," he said at last. Aldo whistled. There sat a pair of tiny red boots, beautiful boots, magnificent enough for a king. Hans put the boots in the window where everyone could see them, but he wouldn't sell them, not even to the mayor, for young Adelaide. Those boots were Hans's gift to God. Hans spent the afternoon cooking a fine dinner. Soon it would be Christmas Eve, and God would visit him with this special gift. Hans thought God would like a fine dinner too. As Hans worked, he sang some more, and he sounded better now. But Christmas Eve came, and the only people who knocked at Hans's door were Frederick the mailman, Brigitta the paper seller, and the mayor. So Hans served his dinner to them, and before they ate, he sang a song, a Christmas song he remembered from his childhood. From heaven above to earth I come, to bring good news to everyone. Glad tidings of great joy I bring to all the world, and gladly sing. He sang it very well. And after dinner, Hans's guest left. It had been a lovely evening, but Hans felt sad. Then lights filled the room, and the angel appeared again. "Oh, it's you," said Hans. "I had everything ready, but I did not get my special gift from God." "Let me help you understand, Hans," said the angel. "Look at that nativity scene. Giving Christmas gifts is a fine custom, but the real message of Christmas is God's gift of his Son. For unto you is born this day a Savior, which is Christ the Lord." The angel left, and all at once Hans did understand. A Savior, which is Christ the Lord. That is the real gift for me and for everyone. Then a moonbeam touched the red boots, and Hans understood something else. He grabbed the boots and ran outside. All the villagers were on their way to midnight worship, but Hans hurried straight to Elsa. "Here, child," he said, "a Christmas present." And he put the red boots on her cold little feet. Nearby stood the mayor and young Adelaide. Adelaide wanted those boots very much, and she began to whine. "Hush, child," said her father. "This is what Christmas is all about. We give to each other because God has given us the greatest gift of all." For a moment, Adelaide was quiet, and in that moment she understood too. So she gave Elsa another gift, the music box filled with twirling Christmas trees. Then, as the soft snow sifted down and the church lights glowed, the village of Friedensdorf sang the great glad news of Christmas. "To you this night is born a child of Mary, chosen virgin mild. This newborn child of lowly birth shall be the joy of all the earth." And from the heavens echoed an angel voice, "For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord."